Yes, hello. My name is Sean Nagle, and I'm reporting on Schools and Society, Ed 541, Franciscan University, and this is my final field-based activity for today is September 26th, 2012. I will be reporting on the National Board teaching positions. Position number 3, teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Trend 7, the percentage of American children living in families with income lower or below the poverty line has increased continuously. Nearly 1 in 5 children are poor today. My field-based activity topic is identify and apply research-based strategies that promote academic achievement and social development for students of poverty. Explain how the information gathered in this field-based activity may be helpful to you as an instructor to treat students equitably and respect their cultural and family differences. As a teacher in the online setting, it is very important to be aware of how poverty affects the way our students learn. So much of the research out there talks about how outside factors in the student's life affects the student's behavior in a classroom. One might think these factors would not come into play in the online setting, but I believe we need to be even more aware of the poverty level of our students and their individual situations and cultures. In the article, Responding to the Needs of At-Risk Students in Poverty, the author states that children who come from poverty may do the following: experience difficulty trusting adults, avoid interaction with others, demonstrate feelings of hopelessness, reveal as little as possible to themselves, and respond only by giving or taking orders. A second article, The Effects of Poverty on Teaching and Learning, says that academic and behavioral problems can be indicators of implementing failure, some of which are delays in language development, delay in reading development, aggressive, violent, social withdrawal, substance abuse, irregular attendance, and depression. In the online school setting, it is more difficult for teachers to identify these behaviors. It becomes more difficult for an online teacher to establish a relationship with a student because of the lack of face-to-face interaction, which can increase these behaviors in students and greatly deter their learning. It is up to the teacher to create an environment that supports all students, but we also must really create a supportive environment for our poor students. The author of Responding to the Needs of At-Risk Students in Poverty believes teachers should support behaviors that demonstrate high expectations, consider social dynamics, and use diverse teaching methods. We need to focus on students' success rather than their shortcomings. As noted in the second article, it is not acceptable for a teacher to simply water down lessons when dealing with students who live in poverty. We need to set goals to create a sense of achievement for students. This article also talks about the fact that students who live in poverty are less likely to have involved parents, not because of the lack of concern by the parents, but because of the parents may not or may work multiple jobs, have other children to take care of, be a single parent, or have a low level of education his or herself. At PA Cyber, the parents need to play an active role in their students' learning. We require students and parents to sign a contract stating they understand the responsibilities to be active learners in the online setting. We see every day that our more impoverished families are not always able to assist their students in the process, and it is up to us as teachers to provide these students with extra support. While working with Miss Wagner, we talked often about the students that attend PA Cyber and how their needs can be affected by many unseen and unheard things. Miss Wagner said that we see students that never have had a computer before, that are now learning through it. I know that I have assumed that students have computer skills. I have parents that have called me to say that their child was embarrassed to say that they did not understand how to access the computer and even our site. For teachers in the online environment, it is second nature, but as a teacher, we must provide support. This is one thing that I have learned. Another insight I have gained through working in my FBA was the idea that we have many students in different stages of their lives. In Miss Wagner's class, we have a student who is pregnant and another one who loves reptiles and visiting reptile land. It is important to know as much about our students as possible that we have and to have the ability to reach them on their level. Not to teach to their grade level, but their ability level. Lastly, I learned that when you think you know something, you've only just begun to understand it. You really have just begun to understand what you're getting into. I just need to stay open to all the students' differences and their family makeups and culture and expect and respect them. It, to make these differences a teaching tool, not a hurdle. My goal is to take everything that I've learned in this course, everything that I've read, watched online, and from what I'm taking away from my field-based activities with Miss Wagner into my own teaching and use it in my own functional math class, which is a class for life skill students who that I'm only getting to know this year. I hope to stay open to all their differences in learning and connect with them through my teaching. We need to set goals and create a sense of achievement for our students, and we also need to focus on students' successes rather than their shortcomings. Thank you very much for listening to my screencast tonight, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.